welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, here we go. Hello and welcome to the Wednesday KVJ After the Show podcast. Getting ever close to that weekend. I am so excited because it is the first full weekend of college football and there are amazing games on in week one.
Is this the who gives a shit though because it's preseason games, or does it matter?
It matters.
Wow,
It all counts.
Who the old Buckeyes playing?
They start off very weak. Ohio State has a very weak schedule this year. They play Akron. And so their first four games don't matter. And then I think it's game 5. They play Oregon. Ohio State's ranked 2, Oregon's 3.
Oh.
So that will be a huge game, I think October 15th, mid-October.
Quack, 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 them ducks.
I know. Yeah, Oregon beat Oregon beat Ohio State a couple years ago. So
Bunch
that
of
could
duck
happen.
faces.
Yeah, so a lot of good stuff. Virginia, I know you're going to be locked in. Your LSU Tigers, they play USC on Sunday night
Yep.
on ABC. That'll be big.
I'll be watching that with some other LSU peeps down in Delray Beach for a staycation.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
That'll be a lot of fun.
If you see fireworks up in the sky, you know what that means. Panda's getting laid.
Are you going to take the shredder with you?
It's awful
Does that travel?
heavy.
Okay. I didn't know
It's
if you
not
needed
small.
that. I didn't know if you needed that to get in the mood now.
The shredder.
Yeah.
That's the only way she can.
Yeah. I need that shredder, Pan. Mama can't get wet.
If I needed that shredder, he would lug that shredder.
I know he was.
Of course he would. He wants to get it in.
Did you see that couple coming in with a shredder? I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense.
Whatever he's got to do to get this sweet peach.
Oh, yeah.
Gross.
Yes.
Never.
Yeah.
Never say
Yeah.
that. Never makes me feel like
Yes.
that ever again.
Terrible.
Sweet feet.
Look me in the eye when I say it.
I refuse.
Yeah. Like you did yesterday. Yeah, and then the Miami Hurricanes and Florida Gators Saturday. That is a massive game at 3:30. So even if you don't like football, it's just fun to go find a bar that's got that kind of energy because it will be packed. If you want to go out for some day drinking on Saturday, it's back, baby. You find a Gator bar, like you go to Old Key Limehouse on Saturday afternoon.
Oh, yeah. They'd be packed in there.
Yeah.
Does almost every college team have a bar here in Florida? Because I feel like there's a lot of out-of-state bars here.
A lot of them do. Some of them don't. In fact, the one thing I think you're hard-pressed to find, where's the Canes bar?
Shit.
I don't even know where that is. That's our closest. I can tell you several Gator bars. You can go to Roxy's. They're a Gators bar. I can tell you Florida State bars. I don't know if I can tell you a Canes bar. Maybe somebody knows. And the Old Key Limehouse, if you are a Canes fan, that's a Gator bar. So,
Don't go there.
yeah. Watch. Yeah.
They have a good showing for Gator games. We've been there before for a Gator game.
Absolutely, yeah. It's fantastic. It's a really good time. So that'll be fun. So even for people who could give two shits about football, just to go in there, I love the excitement, the energy that you get when you've got a game going on and people are into it like that. So
And everybody's still filled with optimism because it's the beginning of the season.
It is.
So everybody's happy.
yeah.
Optimism starts to leave around week 4.
Well, no. Florida State right now, they lost their first game to Georgia Tech.
And they weren't even ranked, were they?
No, Georgia Tech not ranked, and Florida State was 10-plus point favorites.
No.
Yeah, by double digits. So, yeah. Michael said Bounce and Delray's a Knowles bar. Yeah, I walked in there on, when was that game, Saturday? Yeah, I walked in there Saturday right at about 4 p.m. And, oh, man, it was...
He was crying?
Well, you know what? People were getting messy because I think at that point when your team has blown a game that they're supposed to win, people are just like, you know what? Fuck it. And they just started saying, I'm getting shitty. And I'm going to forget about this. And people were going so south, so far. I saw people coming out of the place at 4 o'clock that needed to go straight home.
Oh, wow.
They had that midnight drunk at 4 p.
I was at Johnny Brown's over there having a beer, and my wife's like, look at that guy. Guy had a Florida State, and he just, you know how you have drunk face? He was by himself, so he'd already separated from his group.
Oh, no.
You know that move? had a beer in front of him.
He's just asking to be pickpocketed.
Had that slight sway going on.
The suit sway?
Yes, and the face I know also well. Like there was nothing going on. He was completely blotto, and it was not yet 5 p.m.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah, Michael said bounce was a madhouse on Saturday. We left. We did the same thing. I walked right in. I saw they had a guy. I don't know that I like this. Tell me what you think. They had a guy in there. They were banging on drums.
No.
I get energy, and maybe I'm just freaking old dude that it was just a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's aggressive.
You got to be respectful with the drum.
It just, I was like, I walked in, it was like, pop, 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 pop. The game's over. I'm like, no, what the fuck is that? I ran out of there.
It's a lot.
It was just too much, man.
You and your drums, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
But if you're right by the drums, I think you can play the drums at certain points, but you could definitely overdo it. And depending on who's doing
This
the
guy
drum,
was overdoing it. And you could tell this guy wasn't a Knowles fan because he had no sadness in his beating. I was just like, if I were a Knowles fan right now, I would shove that drum in his ass.
A drumstick would go in the ass pretty easy.
I mean, he was beating it so hard, so aggressive. So it's going to be fun. It all begins. So I'm into a football season, which, like I said, it was kind of rough. I hated that they dropped Only Murders in the Building this week because season 4 I think has to wait until the new year, Virginia.
Oh, wow.
can't live in both worlds.
I have no time. There's just not time. Yeah, I mean, with my son Cannon, he's got, and we're kind of in a weird place with him because he plays JV, but he has to be at the varsity games. So I'm doing 2 high school games now a week.
Oh.
And then Saturday football, Sunday, it's just no time.
Is there any chance he gets in varsity, though? They have him on there in case someone goes down,
He
right?
could. If there's an ass whooping to a major extent on either side, he could get a varsity rep, possibly. So, but I'm cool with him not because he might get killed.
And your son Rocco's got zero desire for sports.
Zero. And when you were telling that story about the kids that died, I was so happy my kid's a computer nerd.
Yeah.
He has zero interest in anything athletic. And he's got a little friend. His little friend plays baseball. His friend plays soccer. And Rocco just looks at him like, you're doing too much.
Well, Panda, by the time Panda was Rocco's age, Panda was playing sports.
He loved it.
You'd almost think Rocco would have gotten bitten by that bug.
And Panda tries to bring him out and, throw the ball with him and do all that. Rocco's just like, nah.
Dad, can we build a rocket?
He wants to build a rocket.
Yeah.
He wants to, hack into a computer. He's not interested in sports.
See, I love that. My 3 kids, they've all been into different things. And now I think, I'm doing the football thing and I love the football, but if my oldest son had gone down that, I think I like that he was diverse. He was doing theater. He was doing smart kid stuff, and he had different things. We watched Harry Potter's together, and, I liked having that because if it was just the same thing with every kid, I like the diversity. My daughter was into softball, and then Cannon's into football. So I got one that does that. That's one's enough.
Let's not forget, 9 and 10 Palm Beach Gardens champions.
That's right, baby.
I think that's what we want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look at you.
Yeah. In fact, my oldest son, Colin, somebody had recommended anime, and I'd mentioned that, my son Colin had been into that. And he said, I got to say, I know exactly the show they were talking about, and I don't think you definitely don't have any business, maybe not Jbird, of watching Attack on Titan. It's going to give you nightmares. It's very unsettling. It has a lot of visceral body horror.
Oh, jeez.
Those are 3 crazy words together, aren't they? Visceral body horror. What are we talking about there? What are we talking there? See, Jbird just had visceral body horror.
Sorry.
He just gave you
You're
the sound
the
of it.
face of visceral body horror.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to hear that.
Yes, he said, that said, it is insanely good, and the political intrigue is nearly unmatched as far as other anime is concerned. He said, my most recent favorite is Frieren, Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. I describe it as a bittersweet slice of life story masquerading as a fantasy adventure. Now, listen to that colorful writing, huh? That's a boy that knows how to use his words, right?
That person needs to write a menu.
There you go. It's Colin. Very nice.
He is a smart kid.
Yes, he is. He's brilliant. So
Very well spoken
Yes.
too. It's not just about, being able to write and read with him. He can translate into public speaking,
Yes.
communication. He's just a great orator.
well, and I can have conversations with him I can't have with the other two. So it's very nice. I love them all so dearly, but I am very happy that there's a variety in my 3 children, that you have, one thing for one and one thing for the other. So
One of them might not have said a whole sentence to you yet since you've known him.
if we could count the words, yes, it wouldn't be a lot. And Maria, she said, Jbird seems to be like he's in a whole lot of pain. Is the doctor not giving him something for it as he's going through physical therapy?
I am choosing not to take any kind of pain pills whatsoever. I know there's I always forget the name of it.
Opioids?
No, I think it's heroin. No, I'm kidding. It's the anti-inflammatory stuff. I'll take that to help me out, but I just. Virginia keeps saying the term bone on bone. I also have a pinched nerve in there too, and I think I'm gonna have to just decide: am I getting the hip surgery sooner or later? Am I gonna try just to go through physical therapy and try to?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I still haven't talked to my doctor. I'm talking to him today. It got kind of rearranged yesterday, so I'm gonna know more. But I'm just in a lot of pain. I'm not trying not to bitch too much about it.
I am so impressed with all of the reports. Probably I've seen 10 now, talk to people that have had the hip replacement surgery done.
Young people.
Everyone has talked about the ease of it. One person yesterday had texted in and said you could be up. I was up walking within a day on a walker, but mobile, and driving within a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think too we have to figure out what's going on with the old back. That's another thing.
Right.
But we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll start doing. I'll start having my pain attacks during commercial break in Denny's room, so the good people don't have to see it.
Okay.
I'll crawl over there so Denny's can just hear. Oh,
You got a pinched nerve, bone on bone. Too bad it's not a pinched bone. Right.
oh boy!
I don't know if I want any bones pinched.
Look at that comedy. Is that for free?
Yeah. It's all yours.
I knew it was going to be bad.
Take that and put that on your sweet peach.
All right. I don't like Kev. I don't like her saying sweet peach.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Well, I'm just going to kick it up then.
You're right. We love your sweet peach.
Some texts ask the question, Jbird, what about the stem cell stuff? Has that been a conversation?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't know what that would do. I don't know enough about it.
I think that's what athletes do sometimes when they get an injury. On top of whatever, surgery they have, they'll get stem cells put in there.
So when you get stem cells,
Sorry, where's
Someone
my water?
choking you? What
I
happened?
need my water.
What is that?
My sweet peach dried up.
Yeah, apparently so. Used all the moisture into. Your moisture's going south.
today I will ask the doctor about stem cells.
Ask him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of guys do it. QC Kinetics was a place that I went to and did it in my shoulder. Remember, I was doing commercials for them for a while. No, you don't.
I do,
You
of course.
Tune out. Sweet peach.
Well, Engineer Keith has got some smart things to drop on us here. You were asking about printed fakes with a 3D printer. And Jbird, you'd specifically mentioned G.I. Joe guns. And he had said, yes, I can manipulate the design of my 3D prints to pass just about any basic consumer test, because you were talking about the water test. Does it float, sink? You couldn't remember what it was. But he said that with his 3D printing, if he's really paying attention, that you would need an infrared spectrometer to be able to tell the difference.
Spectrometer?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these old dogs on eBay, they're not. They're just trying to rip and grip, and I think it's easy to kind of call them out. But yeah, if you really wanted to trick somebody and fuck them over, you could do it. Of course you could. I agree with Engineer Keith.
Okay.
I think I do, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he's just telling you he could do it.
Yeah, to trick me.
Right.
Yeah, I believe I just don't think these eBay people are doing that.
Right.
you have to have access to a 3D printer, be an engineer, and be diabolical, and be ready to lie.
Well, a lot of the fake guns they do, they can mass produce so quickly but they're all their bullshit.
He also was talking a bit about ChatGPT. I have been in this thing where I've been using it to condense these articles that I'm convinced they write so ridiculously long because the writers get paid by the word and they're trying to keep you on something longer. But it's just tell me the basics. I need the bones. I don't need all the flesh.
I know, man. You're right. There are some articles where sometimes you'll read an article and they'll act like they've got the link of the video in the article.
Yeah.
So you read 9 paragraphs just to find out.
There's no video.
There's no link.
There's just their words and too many of them.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It is annoying.
It's so annoying. They make you. They kind of trick you.
Yeah.
Well, they do trick you.
Mm-hmm. Not fun. So he said that the $20 a month is very much worth it. He said everything that they have in there to get unlimited access. He said that also is in quotation marks because even with the paid subscription, it has limits, but you only run into those if you're designing software to interface with ChatGPT. And Engineer Keith, considering what you do, I would imagine that I don't think the $20 is worth it to me. And I've been lucky. I've gone in. I just was going crazy yesterday when it finally said you've hit your limit. I was having to condense absolutely everything.
You were like a crackhead.
I was.
You just went in too hard.
Well, you know, the thing that I loved about it is even things that are kind of written simple sometimes are overwritten.
Right.
It's like, I was like, when I told it to condense it would have it so I don't have to edit any story. Because any story I do on the show, I've edited that. And before, when you're editing down an 8-page article and you need 3 lines, it's so annoying.
Well, if you don't edit it down, it's going to be like how Virginia and Denny's were during Master Debater today.
Yeah, imagine if I just read that. Yeah.
Ooh, clock management.
Oh, people would be like, oh my gosh, get to the point,
Paragraph
dude.
9.
Yeah. Right, so that's what I need. So, yeah, I just have to be a little bit more choosy. Because, yeah, $20 a month, I'm not there yet.
There's some things, though, that are worth the money per month.
Yeah.
I feel like YouTube, without the commercials and all that,
Yeah.
YouTube Premium is worth every penny for me. But I love YouTube stuff.
Yeah, to me,
it's worth it for me.
It has to go through scrutiny. It has to pass that test. And you have to say, okay, is it worth what you're paying? I just hate spending money on things that you feel like it was a waste. Like, gosh, I just wasted a ton of money on that. So, yeah, if one day I get there, I'll get there. But for the big geeks like Engineer Keith, it might be great for you. Now, Christina in Brooklyn sent an email, and she said, I saw the same TikTok you did, Kev, about the drinks and ice. They had taken, for instance, an iced coffee. They flipped it around. It was a jumbo and with the ice in it, and they showed how the liquid fit into a small cup. And they were saying, get your ice at home. But she said that as far as drinks and ice, because I had also mentioned in the video, they showed a huge, it looked like an ice dong inside of a big old glass, and they pulled it out, and it looked like there was 3 ounces of liquid in there, and when you put the ice dong in it, it looked like it was a full, almost, what would you call that? It's
like a rocks glass?
Full erection?
No, like a pint glass, kind of a big old, like if you were getting,
Okay.
you ever go and get a beer and they,
Sure.
12 or 16, it looked like a 16-ounce type of beer glass.
Okay.
It had maybe 3 ounces of liquid.
With one long dick cube in the middle?
That was it, yeah. But-
Which is so funny because I actually have a dick cube in my freezer right now,
It is crazy.
waiting for Jbird to come over.
They have the dick
Yeah.
cube and they have the ball cube. They really have dick and balls.
They
You
got
have
it
the
all.
ball. The ball cube's amazing.
Yeah, they got it all. They got it all. She said in college I bartended in dive bars, corporate restaurants, or for catering companies. And whenever I would charge for something like a vodka soda, you charge for an ounce and a half of vodka. You pour your liquor in the cup. You fill the rest with ice, and then you top it off with soda water. So I'd have dumb college kids ask me for no ice and then complain that the drink was too weak. So if a bartender is doing it right, you should always get the same amount of liquor, anywhere from 1 to 3 ounces, and the amount of ice determines how much mixer you're getting. So you're not getting,
More booze.
yeah, you're not getting, robbed on that.
I went to I forget the name of the restaurant, but I went to it in your neck of the woods, and I got a couple drinks, and the first drink was kind of weak as shit. The second drink, a little bit more stronger. By my third drink, I'm like, holy shit, it's a heavy pour here. It got stronger with the drink.
Okay.
I wonder what tactic that is for.
I don't know.
Terrible story, Bird.
We don't know the name of the place.
It's just shitty podcasting.
Autumn said, I was listening to the ATS that you had from yesterday when you're talking about animals that are dicks, and Kevin mentioned his dog, Chewy. Wait, is that correct? Did both Kevin and Jbird have dogs named Chewy? Yes.
Yeah, Kevin's Chewy was first.
Yeah.
And he was a little chihuahua with a bad attitude.
I've got... we all have our haters. There's this one woman who fucking hates my guts, and she thought I took your dog's name on purpose. And my Chewy was already born with that. Like, my dad brought it with the name Chewy. He had adopted it with that name Chewy.
And it came to you as a senior dog.
Yes.
So you can't change an old dog's name.
No, so
Who are you talking to?
I wrote her back that, and then she comes back, okay, fine, whatever. Do you have any Dirks Bentley tickets? I'm like, fuck you.
What? Really?
Yes.
That's country.
If I had them, I would not give them to you.
And so it's me that asks me for tickets. Like, no.
Bitch.
Damn bitch. Yeah, so that was it. Yes, Chewy goes well back to when the twins were young.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so
because your Chewy, I think, used to bite your son Colin.
No, Caitlin, we had a great photo that my mom had taken of my daughter Caitlin was holding Chewy, and Chewy is biting down on her finger and snarling. And that no photo summed up Chewy better than he just pretty much hated everybody, was miserable with everything. He would growl at anyone.
Yeah, he was pretty miserable.
It was unreal. And I remember when he's more spry, because he's little, he had jumped up onto the bench and then on the table, and he's up there eating my food, and I come up to him and he goes, and you little fucking asshole.
He inspired
He
us.
was territorial about your food.
He attacked me trying to get to my food.
He inspired me to do a battle rap. Chewy is a jerk. Chewy is a jerk.
Yeah.
And we used to sing it at snack pack shows.
Do we still have it?
And bring Kevin on stage, and then it would just turn into almost like a diss track towards Kevin.
I know, right?
It's like,
yeah.
Let's get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah, I don't think so. And then remember, he used to hump baby Cannon when Cannon was a baby.
I do.
So that was 16 years ago. Yeah, Cannon. I left him on the couch one time, and I come out, and Cannon is,
getting worked over.
getting worked over by a fucking chihuahua.
He's like, what the fuck?
I don't think he knows that in his youth he was raped by a chihuahua. I mean, it's not something you want to tell somebody.
Maybe that's why he doesn't talk to you now.
But one day that's going to unlock in therapy. I don't know. I've got this weird image of being raped by a small dog. Small, angry
And my
dog.
dad was laughing.
I remember you telling that story at station number 1, and me and Virginia going, wait, what?
Just terrible. Well, I felt like the worst dad ever because I just left him for a second. I go in to grab something in the other room. I come back and
That's not your fault.
You're
You
right.
should not feel bad. You should feel a little bad for laughing, but you should not feel
Well, it's
bad.
just like, oh my gosh, the dog's raping the baby.
That's what I remember us saying, Chewy is such an asshole.
What an asshole.
What a dick.
Who rapes a baby? It was
That's-
just terrible. Yeah, that's how bad that dog was. So, yeah, and then the dog freaking died between my legs sleeping one night.
Which is insane.
That's insane.
That's such a horrible story.
I woke up and
It's his finishing move.
I'm like, the dog feels unnecessarily heavy.
Oh my gosh, that dog totally fucked you over too, man.
That dog said, I'm going to leave a lasting impression on this bitch.
Oh, it's just terrible.
God,
It's
that's
just,
horrifying.
Just terrible. Just did not have the best experience with that.
I'm going to die right by your dick.
I'll show you.
Why does my dick feel so heavy?
Just rough, man. Just rough. Cesar in Green Acres sends us quite an interesting story here. REO Speedwagon had come through town. My cousin had gone to the show, said it might be the best concert he'd ever seen. I saw some of the video from it. It's great. Well, they've got a couple really amazing songs. Really amazing songs.
Keep on Loving You is my cut.
Oh, yeah. That is a fantastic song. And he said Kevin Cronin, when he was on stage, talked about how he left REO Speedwagon in 1973. And he said that he loved West Palm Beach so much that he was staying here during his hiatus, just, trying to figure out life. He just camped out in West Palm Beach.
Wow.
Then it's 1975. He opens up the newspaper and he saw that REO was going to be performing locally. So he went to the show in West Palm Beach. He got backstage and he was at the band door and he knocked just to, introduce himself to his old bandmates. The door opens, and he said some redheaded guy just stood there. And he said, now I don't have problems with redheads, but I knew in that moment, you know what? I can't leave in the hands of this guy. I got to come back. And he said he reached back out to the band, and in January 1976, he came back as the lead singer.
Oh, he totally just came over there and just fucking ripped the gig right from that dude.
Yes, he did. He took it back.
Oh, shit.
He took it back.
Well, he didn't want the legacy to be in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, and he said he thanked West Palm Beach for kind of reconnecting him with the band.
Wow.
I wonder, are they having band issues, personality conflicts, I wonder, or was he just burned out?
At the time,
Yeah,
I don't
when
know.
he left.
He
I
did
got to
not
dig into
elaborate
that
on-
one.
He did not elaborate on why he left the band for a period. And I don't, oddly enough, really know that's one of those bands, I don't really know the history of them. I
Yeah.
was too young when, what was that song? Take It on the Run?
Take It on the Run?
Take It on, yeah. When that was really popular, I think it's a little too young to really have that click.
Is that a 70s song?
Think so.
Wow.
Yeah, Keep On Loving You, Take It on the Run. Yeah, those were big. I knew the REO Speedwagon when they're kind of doing more of the pop stuff, and it was good. But I love the '70s REO Speedwagon a little bit more than I do some of the stuff they did. In the
Jbird's
80s.
trying to Google it, but he can't see with his bitch ass eyes.
They have Keep On Loving You, Take It on the Run, and Time for Me to Fly. 3 amazing songs I love. And then they did Can't Fight This Feeling, which it's okay.
I love that song.
Yeah. I think for me, it's just a little bit softer, and I don't know, it doesn't hit as hard, I don't think, as the other ones. So I like my REO Speedwagon from the 70s. But yeah, good story. I'll have to look into that. You see, got another email. We were talking about being chronically late. This girl was on TikTok. Her friends had told her that the party was going on, and it started 30 minutes before. It was like at 8:30 is when the party started. They told her it started at 8. She shows up at 8:22, and they're like, oh, you're the first one here. And she's like, I get what they're doing. And Emma said, my entire family runs late, and we had a very strict parish. So what do you do when you're planning a baptism? Everybody was told the event started a full hour before it actually did.
Wow.
And then everybody shows up 40 minutes past the time we told them, but they're still then early. But the problem was the priest didn't start the event. He didn't like the fact that they were lying and using lies to manipulate people.
Trickery.
So I guess they had a little bit of an issue.
Oh, boy.
She said the result, though, was a great event and pictures with the complete family that I still cherish to this day. But they had an issue. Be like, wait a minute, you lied to people to get them here on time? And they did not approve.
Oh, that just sounds like so much drama.
Well, what's a bigger sin? Lying to the good people, or the good people being late to the event? If you're late to...
Yeah, I don't know if you would count... I don't know. Would late be considered a sin,
Let's
being
say,
tardy?
well, it's your...
I'm going straight to hell if it is.
I mean, my gosh, yeah.
It's your family's funeral. And you're late. Never mind. Terrible example. I don't think it works. I don't think that works.
If you're keeping score, it's 0 for 2.
Oh, is that it? I thought it was like 0 for 10.
Got an email from Jill. She said, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to my best friend and weed witch, Tony. She recently had surgery, and she is finally home recovering. She is also trying to help guide me through my weed adventures to help with sleep.
That's my weed witches from the KVJ horror
Yeah.
movie.
Okay. Weed witches in a house.
I got to get on that too. So I am in this terrible place where I was doing the gummies to help sleep. I slept like 25 hours straight from Friday to Saturday, and I woke up tired.
That's the worst if you sleep all that time and you're still drowsy.
Well, and I got no sympathy because I slept through one of the Queen's events.
Oh, shit.
And then I'm still groggy. She's like, how the hell are you still tired? I'm like, I don't know.
So you're getting yelled at.
Oh my God, I gotta stop these gummies.
How the hell are you so tired?
I had no sympathy, but I was so exhausted.
Those gummies, man, they'll kick you right in the taint if you're not
It's just
careful.
like I can't do this anymore. It's not working for me. And so here I am this week. I haven't done a gummy since Friday night. And yeah, I'm just sleeping terrible. So I'm exhausted one way or the other. I sleep too much and I'm exhausted, or I don't sleep enough and I'm exhausted.
Damn.
It's just terrible.
A gummy got me over the weekend too. It was too much, man. It was so strong.
And I'm doing
it was,
such
it
a
was
little
medical
amount.
one. Yeah, I didn't
it's
take
just-
a lot.
Yeah, I'm doing such a small amount of it. It's just, I think, the gummy itself.
The problem was the next day. I just felt like shit.
Oh my God, that's how I woke up. With disbelief from my wife. How are you still tired? I don't know. I'm so groggy. It was rough. Got a happy anniversary shout out here from Greg to Don. My queen and rock, 42 years together, 36 years of marriage. That's impressive.
Oh, that is lovely.
That is lovely. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing.
36 years. That's a long sentence. I mean, that's a long marriage.
That's great stuff. Good for you guys. All right, you got any emails? Want any kind of shout out? You just let us know about it. Mail at kvjshow.com. We're making it through this week. 2 days left to get to the weekend, babe.
Oh, it's a holiday weekend too,
Oh, I know.
bitches.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you
3-day
got off
weekend.
Monday.
Shit.
You can literally have Sunday fun day, be drunk as you want.
That's right.
I know someone's going to attack it.
Okay. All right. Okay, y'all have a good one. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.